So I've been out here all day. I got out here at what? A little 9:15, 9:30, something like that. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. It's been almost 7 hours. Coming up on it. This is what I got. So I got the front and the back all paneled, and the structure is up. I've got all the supports in, all the braces, well, that I can put up right now. It's at least braced in the front and the back, and then the joints. But front and back are good. I still need the walls, I still need the ceiling, and there's like a vent that sits on the top that opens up. And that's literally the step I'm on, installing that vent thing. And I just got like overwhelmed. And I was like, I don't know how this is supposed to attach. I'm like exasperated right now a little bit. And I decided that instead of continuing on, because it's 4 o'clock, the sun will be gone by 5. Instead of spending the next hour out here, I'm just going to pick this up again next week, or wake up another day and do it earlier. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to get rid of my garbage. Probably throw that away first. And then I'm going to pack up all my stuff. And that's going to be it until like next week. I am extremely proud of the progress that I made today. Even though I'm not finished, I've only got a couple pages of that little book left. The instruction book. So I knocked out a very solid chunk. Well, I'll just bring a trash bag out here. And again, we're going back to this energy that's been prevalent for the last couple of days. It's been like this self-deprecating, kick yourself kind of energy, giving yourself a hard time for no reason. Because it's almost like a pressure test. You know how to do this already. You don't care what people think of you. Even if you did act a fool, which you didn't, but like, this is giving the energy of somebody that's like, did I act a fool? Did I make a mistake? And you didn't. You were exuberant, you were rambunctious, you were spontaneous and opinionated, but you did not make a mistake by being yourself. This happens every time, right? You should know full well by now that everything's going to be fine. There we go. And it's not just that though. It goes beyond that. Because after I finally stopped leaning into that energy, after I started saying like, no, I'm good. I know I'm good. Like, there's nothing to feel this way about. As soon as that energy cleared, I started getting these visions. And it almost reminded me of like 5D Man. It almost reminded me of like the twin flame visions back in the day. Only it wasn't about the twin flame. Not exactly. When I was having the twin flame visions, it would be the most random moments. I'd just be in my kitchen and then he'd be there. Opening up cabinets and having casual conversation. On a couch with my head in his lap, wearing flannel. Sitting under the stars on a tortilla blanket. What was supposed to be our first date? Just living our lives. Just moments that I couldn't have imagined. They felt real. But then you snap back to reality and you're just standing in your kitchen alone with your hand in the air. And I won't say that like I zoned out quite as hard for these. Somewhere between a vision and a daydream. But it was about Gym Crush. Just little moments. Things that haven't happened. Things that I don't even know if that's how it would play out. Because he's different with me than he is with other people, you know? So it's hard to say how he would act. But I've never fantasized about him. And it's beyond that because it's not really something I choose to do. It's like this compulsory thing. When spirit puts something in your head, you see it. But we also know that these visions are carrots. In order to get you to go a certain way, in order to get you to do a certain thing, to think a certain way. And when I snapped out of the last one, and I was like looking at my instruction booklet and up at the bar and realizing what just happened, I thought to myself, this is dangerous. Because the last person that I had these kinds of 5D experiences about, it took me 2 years. It took me 6 to 8 months to be okay. And it took me a year before I could try and move on. And then I had a year off with, King of Swords as the main focus. And I had some 5D experiences with that too. But they weren't intense. It was more like synchronistic, like epiphanies. And energy. But I pick up on that more easily than others, so I don't know. Maybe it's subjective. But that was probably my last 5D experience before today. And I'm wondering, was that the point? Was the message supposed to be like, this is dangerous? Because this is the first time I felt like fear about it. Because if I care that much, then he can hurt me. Even if he didn't want to, if I care that much, if I care that much, I could get hurt. How long would it take to heal this time? That's where I found myself thinking, like, this is dangerous. I could get hurt. How long is it going to take this time? And maybe that's no time at all, because of everything I've been through, maybe I'd be fine. But I have to admit to myself that somehow, some way, despite whatever my thoughts were on the subject, he's wormed his way in. Not like he was trying. It's just what happened. Sometimes people slip through the wire, and you just have to accept the fear and do it scared. Or not. Depends on them, really. All we can do is acknowledge our feelings. I love you.